this is the first time we're live streaming with just the iPad, so. We may have to, Jeremy was busy tonight. Yeah, and I think next Monday he is too for the 13th. Our microphone isn't. So we'll just have to talk loud. Tonight we'll kind of see how it goes.
All right, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and the second thing we'll do is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 3 is the attendance, and all board members are present. Number 4 is I need an approval for the agenda items.
So moved.
Motion by Jen, second by Gina. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So number 5 is our organizational business, so it'll be the oath of office. And that's for myself, Dylan, and Jenna. And we're gonna have Tim read the beginning, and then we will read our part.
Yes, so Jenna, Katie, and Dylan, it is an honor that you were elected to guide the education of our community's children. As you recite the oath of office, you assume a tremendous responsibility as a director of our school district with the duties empowered by the Minnesota legislature. This power puts you and the other members of our school board in the position of being both morally and legally responsible for equitable, quality education of every student in this district. In carrying out this responsibility, you will be asked to fulfill the roles of vision, structure, accountability, and advocacy. In providing vision, the board, with extensive participation of the community, envisions the community's educational future and then formulates the goals, defines the outcomes, and sets the course for the public schools. To achieve the vision, the board establishes a structure and creates an environment designed to ensure all students the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework. Because as a board, we must be accountable to the community, we must ensure a continuous assessment of student achievement and all conditions affecting the education of our children. As board members, we serve as education's key advocate on behalf of students and our community schools to advance the vision of our schools. Furthermore, we must strive to work together with the superintendent and staff to lead the district toward fulfilling the vision we have created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills and knowledge, citizenship, and personal development. If you could all three say the bottom 2 paragraphs.
Having signed the acceptance of office and oath of office, I hereby publicly affirm my commitment to the oath of office. I swear, affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state, and that I will discharge faithfully the duties of the office of school board member of Independent School District number 8876 to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, welcome back, Dylan. Welcome, Jenna.
Thank you.
So we will move to 5B, and this is always maybe a little confusing how we nominate, but what we do is I will ask for nominations for the specific position, and then somebody can nominate, and then I will ask 3 more times. And then if there's no other nominations, then we would accept that nomination. But, so I'm just gonna ask, are there any other nominations 3 times before we vote? Okay? Okay. So 5B is take nominations for and elect a board chairperson for 2025.
I nominate Katie Jones for board chair for 2025.
Okay, I hear a nomination for Katie Jones for board chair. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, it is myself, Katie Jones, who is the board chair for 2025. 5C is take nominations for and elect a board vice chairperson for 2025.
I make a motion to nominate Dylan Doty for vice chair.
Okay, a motion for Dylan Doherty for vice chairperson. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, Dylan Doherty is the board vice chairperson for 2025. Number 5D is take nominations for and elect a board clerk for 2025.
I elect Gina Jacobson to be board clerk for 2025.
Okay, a nomination for Gina Jacobson for board clerk for 2025. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, Gina Jacobson is our board clerk for 2025. 5E, take nominations for and elect a board treasurer for 2025.
I nominate Melissa Murian Paulson for board treasurer for 2025.
Okay, I have a motion or nomination for Melissa Buren Paulson for board treasurer for 2025. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, Melissa Buren Paulson is our board treasurer for 2025. Moving on to 8F is consider approval of our board committee assignments for 2025. Which I emailed out kind of separately to you guys to kind of take a look. Are you all okay with those or anything you want to change?
I'd make a motion to approve board committees.
Okay,
Second that.
motion by Jen to approve the board committee assignments for 2025 and second was Melissa. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 5G, discussion about how often to continue work sessions and consider approval of board meeting dates, times, and locations for regular meetings, tentatively. So there are 3 different drafts of our school board meetings and work sessions. GA is the school board schedule with monthly work sessions. B is the meetings with quarterly work sessions, and C is our school board schedule with no work sessions. So we just need to have a little discussion of how often you think we should do those, and if the school board schedule is fine with you too, which is always usually the 4th Monday of the month for our regular meetings.
What we talked a little bit before, right now we have 4 more work sessions scheduled. I think that's fine to for sure keep those. And then I think we can kind of pull demand for it. For sure, I think quarterly work sessions are a great thing to continue, and if there's demand for monthly work sessions, then I think we can continue trying to do that.
Yeah, I would agree with that approach. I think it's, as we go along, I think it'll be identified how often or the lesson need that we have for them. But it's great to have them on the calendar.
So we have January, February, March, and April right now. And then, well, is there May too? Okay, there's May too, okay. So 5 months worth, so it almost
Oh, 5 months.
basically
This
gets us
month,
to the end of the
actually.
school year.
Which might be, okay,
Yeah.
appropriate to plan for that.
And then we can kind of check in after that point.
Yeah.
Or as we get closer to that end time that we've got them identified, then
Okay,
I think so.
So we could essentially vote on it at a spring meeting about continuing.
I think for sure
yeah, we'll have discussion.
everyone's on board the next 3-4 months, that we will continue monthly.
right,
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
monthly,
Just
okay,
because we have one scheduled in May doesn't necessarily mean it has to happen in May if.
well, that's the other thing about these, is like, we could almost accept any of the A, B, or C, and then just change it as we saw fit. don't you
Just
think?
as needed. Mhm.
Yeah, because if we say we approve quarterly, and then we're like, oh, we're at a meeting, and then we're like, no, we better have one in 2 weeks, we can set it. It's only like,
Correct,
is it like 3 days? 5?
yeah.
3 days,
Three
it's
business days that we.
3 business days to call a public meeting.
Which would be more aligned with what we've kind of been doing this year, I mean, you know, how we started them, but the quarterly meetings, they're scheduled for October, work session in October, work session in January, work session in April. And they're kind of avoids the summer months, which, again, maybe in, the fall, we want to do one, we can always add that. We've learned that, December with truth and taxation and everything else was just, it was hard. It was hard to do. I think we found out in the last couple of months, just squeezing everything in. That's why there was nothing, scheduled for that one, but bringing it back in January, so. Yeah,
I'll just throw this out there too, the other thing is if we're not comfortable making this decision tonight, we can always revisit this at our board meeting in 3 weeks too, so that's also an option.
Do we wanna look at alternate days?
Yeah, that's
Besides
another
Mondays?
thing we talked about, like if Mondays don't work for some people, you know,
So
then we
maybe,
can look at other dates,
Okay.
I'm okay not being at the first two.
Yeah.
I don't wanna
Is
change
it-
things up.
Is it just January and February that you can't make on a Monday? Okay,
so that's,
And it's just
Okay,
a
I
meeting,
forgot about
short,
that.
if I, yeah,
um,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, and that is okay to
I mean,
not make
a
a
work
meeting or
session,
two,
you know,
yeah, right, that's fine.
it'd be nice to have as many as we could
yeah.
with those discussions, it's hard to keep up
Right.
if missing, so I just had thought maybe we wanted to talk a little bit more about that and not necessarily decide, but if majority is wanting to,
so like, you don't decide tonight, decide in 3 weeks?
if there is alternate days that do work, and if it doesn't work, so that we can have as much involvement as possible was
Oh,
my
sure.
thought. And if we come back to the same scenario, then
Did everyone respond to Crystal's? No. So I think that's probably step number one, is just to
Yeah.
find out, like, if there's a meeting that all of a sudden 4 people can't attend, then we can find a different day.
Okay, so should we do this? Should we not approve this today? And everybody go back to your calendars and look and
We'll make a decision on the
make a
22nd.
decision. We'll do it on
Yeah.
the 27th, but we should let Crystal know. And also, if there's any board, like regular board meetings that you know, like I'm totally out,
Mhm.
just in case somebody else is out that day too.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay, so let's do that. So we will just look at it in 3 weeks. So get back to Crystal. Crystal can tally everything up, figure it all out, and then we'll go from there. Okay. All
Do
right.
you want us to look at other things, like days for info, then too, like?
Well, I think that's when we can kind of determine whether we need to.
Yeah, maybe if like that Monday or that specific Monday doesn't work, then give like a different option maybe for that week. I mean, ideally, I think it would be nice if it was like every 2 weeks, if we're having them monthly, that it's like, today's a work, say this is a work session, today's a work session, 2 weeks later would be a regular board meeting. Not prior to the meeting, cause I think that gets a little tricky.
Yeah, and I think that's how most of them are.
Yeah, they are.
On her proposed,
Yeah, but just with the scheduling of like, the ones that we just started got a little challenging to find time.
Yep.
So, okay. All right, so everybody go back, check your schedules, email Crystal, and she'll let us know what the consensus was. Thank you. So, 5H is consider approval of ISD 876 auditors, depositories, attorney, and board per diem for 2025. And there are no changes on there, right? These are the ones that we've always done.
make a motion to approve all of them as presented.
Okay, motion by Jen, second by Melissa. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 5I, consider approval of the resolution that designates the Director of Business Services and Administrative Assistant to the Superintendent to perform the duties of the Clerk and Treasurer of the district.
I will make that motion.
Second.
Gina makes the motion for that, and second by Jen.
Mhm.
Okay. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 6 was community concerns and comments.
I don't think so, I didn't get to check.
I don't believe anybody's done it.
No? Okay. You're the only one here. Did you sign up? 7 is unfinished business. We look at this every month. So enrollment projections for 2024-25 and our district enrollment summary.
Yep, we're down, we did gain a couple, we had 3, we're even from last time. We did lose 3, but we gained 3. So you'll see from December 20th, we were at 1953, and as of the 3rd of January, we're at 1953, so.
All right, holding steady. That's good news. Any comments or questions or anything about that? Number 8 is new business. 8A, consider approval of the 25-26 school year calendar. And this was a lot of work. There's a lot of like committees and kind of emails, surveys, staff. And this was the calendar that won out. Won twice out of 4 calendars, different options, I believe. So this would be for the following school year, 25-26. So just need a motion for that.
So how does that work?
It's okay. I mean, we'll be time-wise, yep. Yeah, we did have, the other option was us starting early, so we were done a little bit early because there was going to be an air conditioning project at the high school, but we'll be okay.
Okay.
The process for this though was that there was probably, Crystal, 20 to 30 folks in the room.
In our committee, yeah.
Yeah, made up of staff, administration, and parents. And so, it was good. It was a really good meeting, had lots of really good feedback, and came up with 4 options, 2 that started before Labor Day and 2 that started more after the regular. And when it was all said and done, after a couple different votes, and then it does go out to all staff, and everybody votes on it,
I think that's awesome.
including the committee. And so this is the one that came out on top.
I will say, because I got to attend one of the meetings, I had no idea the amount of work and different pieces that go into making that calendar. If, you know, you'd think you'd switch a day and you switch a day, oh, nope, that changes the quarter, and, I mean,
Yeah.
to have all those people in one room and, oh, no, we can't do that, or here's why. I mean, I was exhausted leaving because,
It's eye-opening.
yeah, I just had no idea that, I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into the school calendar.
I think it's easy to assume it is an easy and simple project and you live in Minnesota and you figure there's some snow days and how hard can it be? But once you see the time and the effort and the details that go into it to make sure that everything is aligned and contracts are accounted for and.
And the difference between the 3
Appreciation.
schools, like how one change can not matter to one school, but really affect another school.
The days in the quarter.
Yeah.
All right. Did we make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. By Jen, second by Melissa. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, information items. 9A is our work session. We'll be here next Monday at 6 o'clock here in the Media Center. 9B, our regular meeting is Monday, January 27th at 7 o'clock here in the Media Center. And then the following work session is Monday, February 10th at 6 p.m. here in the Media Center. All right, so nice and quick. I need a motion to
Make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Jen, second by Melissa. Meeting is adjourned.